Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of my MLS Offseason Reviews. And today we're going to be discussing a team that I'm going to have a lot to say about, particularly because they are my favorite team in the MLS, and that is the Vancouver Whitecaps. Now, the Whitecaps have had an interesting offseason to say the least. After a disappointing season last year where I felt with the talent we had, we should have made the playoffs, Martin Rennie was relieved of his duties as the head coach of the Vancouver Whitecaps. Now, I personally thought that was a good decision. I did not dislike Rennie per se. I just did not think he was the right man for our job. He made a lot of questionable decisions, like playing a lot of his ex Railhawks players, like June Marcus Davidson, who I honestly did not rate at all. I did not think he was a good player. He was extremely defensive minded, which is a good thing. You always need that defensive midfielder, but he really could not even do that very well. I mean, he was reckless with a lot of challenges, got sent off frequently, got cards, and I just felt he was a problem. So Martin Rennie was relieved of his duties, and 6 weeks later, we still didn't have a coach. So there was a big coaching fiasco there with Frank Yallop's coming to Vancouver, coming back to his hometown. No, he's not. He's going to Chicago. Bob Bradley might be interested. He's done with the Egyptian national team. Nope, he's going to Norway. So 6 weeks after Martin Rennie has been fired, Carl Robinson, an assistant coach from the last couple of years, has been hired. Now, Carl Robinson, from what's been said since and what he said, and basically all that's gone down since, has shown to be. He looks like he has things under control. He looks like he's a very smart person, and I felt like he'd done well as an assistant coach the last couple of years. I'm excited for him in his future, but my whole problem with this in the first place was if you wanted him to be the coach, why wasn't he hired 6 weeks ago? I mean, Frank Yallop was a good option. Bob Bradley, obviously, I mean that's a totally different situation, but he knows he was the third choice, and I hope that doesn't weigh on him. It doesn't seem like it does, and I think he's got a bright future. I hope he can be the guy. So, but I've definitely felt for him in the last couple months because literally as soon as he's into the job, bam, Camilo's in Mexico wearing the uniform of a different team, getting his medical, preparing to sign with a team when he's under contract with the Vancouver Whitecaps. Now, I don't want to blame Camilo. I mean, I think Camilo definitely had made his decision that he wanted to go to Mexico all by himself, but I feel like he was misled by his agent into thinking that he was a free agent and did not have a contract with us. He definitely deserved a raise, and I can see why he was upset by, after last season, him not getting a contract. I mean, he should have been a designated player in this league. He should have been getting paid as much as Kenny Miller. I can see him being frustrated due to the fact he's playing next to a striker who does not score nearly as many goals as he does, yet is being paid quadruple the amount. I can understand that, but at the same time, when you're under contract with the team, you can't just go to another team's training ground, wear their kit, get a medical, and just act like you're a free agent. I mean, it ended up working for him, so good job to you, Camilo. Congratulations, you got more money, but I just it's so immoral. It's just morally wrong in my opinion. You can't do those kind of things. Obviously, I'm going to feel more strong. I'm going to feel more strongly about this than other fans will due to the fact that it happened to my team. But I feel like this is going to be a serious issue that the MLS is going to have due to the fact that there are rumors that Cruz Azul is going to target a South American player who doesn't make as much money as they should. Apparently, they're going to try to do the same thing Camilo did. And if the MLS doesn't find a way to fix this situation, I mean, this could turn into a joke. I feel like a lot of this is because of there is no transparency with the rules. I mean, the league has so many rules that I'm sure a lot of the league officials don't even know the rules. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, but I mean, it is the way it is. Eventually, Camilo was sold to Querétaro, and I mean, that's that. You got to move on. So right after that happened, now it's time for the draft. I think he was sold the day of the draft. So time for the draft. We have the third overall pick, and we're trying to trade up to the first overall pick. Why? Because we want Andre Blake. It's 11:58. There's 2 minutes left until the draft starts. We have an agreement in place with Philadelphia to trade for the first overall pick and select the goalkeeper we wanted, Andre Blake. At 11:59, the Philadelphia Union put in a bid. They'll put in a trade, and that is accepted. So all of a sudden, we've gone from first to third. Philadelphia takes our goalie first overall, and I mean that's how it goes. Second overall, obviously, DC got their man, their center back, and third overall we got his partner. We got Christian Dean, his partner from the University of California, and I mean I like Dean. I think Dean's got a ton of potential. I think he's got a higher ceiling than any other player in this draft besides obviously Andre Blake, but he's very athletic. He's very good with his left foot. He can go forward even a little bit too and pick out a pass due to the fact that he has played left back in college, and I think he's got a bright future. Then we also had the seventh overall pick, and we took Andre Lewis. Now there's some controversy over him. He's a Jamaican attacking midfielder, very young, but already in the Jamaican international fold, so that's very good. But there'll be some controversy about him that I'll discuss later. Then in the second round, we took Gio from University of Connecticut, UConn, and he's a striker who did not score many goals last year, but over the last couple of years, he has put in a lot of goals in the collegiate game, and I think he's got a lot to offer. And I love his attitude. I mean, his first interview with the club was all about how he's so excited to be here and so excited to be a professional, and just so happy to be able to make his living playing this game. And that's the type of players you want in your club. He wanted to be in our club. He wants to be playing for our club, and he wants to work hard to be part of this club. And that's something that I can admire no matter what your skill level is. So after the draft, it was said that Andre Lewis had already signed a contract with the New York Cosmos, and that's why he wasn't at the draft, at the present of the draft. Now, it is true that he had signed a contract with the Cosmos, but the Whitecaps had been told that MLS would work out a deal to buy him from the Cosmos, and he would go to Vancouver. Apparently, that's not happened yet. Apparently, he's going to be loaned to Vancouver, but I mean, there's been nothing official yet. But from what I've heard, and everybody has been pretty much sure that by the time training camp starts, that he will be a Vancouver Whitecaps player, either on loan or permanently, and they'll work to get him permanently if it's on loan. I mean, I don't really know, but apparently he will be our player, which is good because we do need that type of player. He was very impressive at the combine, and I'm excited to have him. So after all that happened, we've been kind of uneventful for the last couple of days, but just today, actually, as I'm filming this, it's been reported that apparently we have gotten Steven Beitashour, the right back from San Jose, for some allocation money, which I think is a great move. After YP Lee has retired, now we finally have a solid right back. I really like Beitashour. I think he's a good player. I don't really know what San Jose is doing, getting rid of Morrow and now getting rid of Beitashour, whether there's a DP or somebody overseas that they really want to get, and that's why they're getting this allocation money. I mean, I don't know, but interesting to see what happens. Now, for what else I think the Whitecaps need going forward, I think we still need an attacking midfielder. Andre Lewis obviously is very talented, but he is only 19. I think he needs somebody ahead of him. I don't think he can be forced right into that starting role right away. I hope we go overseas for that. I mean, obviously there's no draft left, but I hope we do go overseas and try to find a talented player in Europe or in South America. Just a guy who can set up goals for other people, maybe get some goals himself. It'd be interesting to see because that's always an exciting position. Then I think the position we need most is a left back. Jordan Harvey has scored a lot of goals last year from the left back position, but I just don't think he's good enough defensively. I mean, he makes it difficult for the left midfielder because they have to track back so much to get back for him when he's so far up the pitch, and I don't feel like that's going to work, especially if it's rumored that a guy like Omar Salgado will be able to play this year if he doesn't get injured, and if he's on the left and then he's got Harvey behind him, we're going to get caught out a lot on that side. So that's an issue that needs to be sorted. Then I think goalkeeper needs to be sorted. Obviously, if we'd gotten Andre Blake, then that wouldn't be an issue. But instead, I still don't think that trade for Alain Rochat has really ended up making sense. I mean, I wish that trade didn't happen. But Ousted is our number one goalie, and I think he's decent. But I really wish that we could have a solid backup goalie or just somebody to really challenge him for that spot. So that's what I think the Whitecaps need to improve on, and I really hope that this season is the season we get into the playoffs, make a run into the playoffs, and hopefully can have an MLS Cup by the end of this year. It's unlikely, but really, again, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good day, and please come back for the next one.